Kaiyodo here, and welcome to my unboxing and review of the amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia Hawks. Yes, finally, I apologize for this one taking so long. I was not intending for this to take a long time, but I bought this thing through BBTS, and my god, he took forever. So yeah, if you want this guy, maybe don't get him through BBTS if you want to get him in a reasonable time. Now, in all fairness, I believe the normal amount of time that BBTS is supposed to take is between 8 to 10 days, and he did take between 8 to 10 days, but oh my god, it took fucking forever. This was like the longest I've waited to get something in the mail since like the past like 2 years maybe. But regardless, he's here now, and this company is currently on a 3 home runs in a row streak right now. They have delivered 3 figures in a row to me that would easily break my top 20 in my entire collection. So let's see if they can make it a 4th, although already I see his hand has popped off of his arm. That's probably no big deal, but I did want to point it out. You can see his hand is separated from his arm right there, but he looks great. A lot of people have told me that he is great, but a lot of people have also told me that he is nowhere near as good as the Endeavor. And in all honesty, I didn't expect him to be. I don't think I'm going to get a single figure this year that tops that Endeavor. That thing is so goddamn insane. Like, you guys have no idea. If you don't have that figure, you have no idea how insane that thing is. But regardless, he looks great. I will say before we get him out of the packaging, from looking at a couple of other people's reviews, he looks a little small. I think he might not be in perfect scale with the rest of the characters, but we'll talk about that when we get to it in the review. But without further ado, let's jump into it, shall we? So here we have the packaging right here, My Hero Academia Hawks right here, the number 2 hero. Nice picture of him right there with a nice little beer or soda or whatever, but that's pretty cool. Amazing Yamaguchi figure complex on the side, even an awesome picture of him right there, kind of mimicking that shot from season 6 part 1, you know, with Twice, you know, yeah, you know. You know what, I don't care if this is an unpopular opinion, deserved, not Hawks, Twice, deserved. I know y'all like Twice because he's Deadpool, but he's still a villain, y'all. He's still a villain. Although I suppose he is like the most innocent of them, but whatever, he's still a villain. Anyway, on the back of the box, we have a nice picture of the Hawks with the Endeavor right there. That looks absolutely awesome right there. And a ton of obligatory product shots. The wings look really great. Some people told me the wings felt a little cheap though, which I'm a little bit worried about. I will be the judge of that in this because I honestly almost never see anybody point out plastic quality or anything in reviews that I watch. So I'm excited to get to actually see that and see if they actually do feel cheap or if they're nice and hefty. Like, they look like they're really nicely done. But yeah, and then on this side, you have another awesome picture of him right there. I will show real quick. Apologies, I'm not going to pull out all the boxes for this one, but I will pull out Endeavor because I think they are tending to make like a picture here. And yeah, that does look pretty darn cool. And there's a shot of the front as well, right there. Alright, I think that's it. Let's cut to me taking him out of the box for the first time. I always forget to talk about this, but there is some extra fun little shots from the anime and whatnot, like on the sides here and right there when you open the box. And then you do also get this pretty cool little background piece right there. Although this ain't the best one because, you know, it's like you can't even see like most of his face. But yeah, you get that as well. That picture just was kind of out of character for when it comes to Hawks for me. Hawks is not that like mysterious or edgy. He's a very like Chad character. Not like completely though. Not like Gojo or anything where he's just a goofball. He takes his job seriously. He's a very cool character in that, but he's also like kind of like Gojo, but he just takes his job way more seriously and has a lot more like he seems like a cool guy, but he also definitely doesn't seem like the kind of guy who you would want to like underestimate basically. He's a really cool character in all honesty. Hawks was a character that grew on me very, very fast throughout the show. And yeah, when they first introduced him, I was like, yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him. But man, he just got so awesome so fast, especially with his storyline and whatever. Just a really great character. And honestly, I'd actually say he's probably in my top 10 favorite My Hero characters right now. He's a very cool character. All right, let's pick him up. Most important part, y'all. Ooh, he feels really, really good. Plastic quality feels absolutely excellent. Let's get this hand back on him right here. Hopefully that's not going to be any kind of problem. In fact, that went right on, so that actually bodes well. He is very like janky out of the box right here, but it's an amazing Yamaguchi figure, so that's kind of to be expected. Although honestly, I haven't really had that problem with my recent amazing Yamaguchi figures. But yeah, he's very like weird out of the box. Alrighty, first impressions out of the box. He's a little bit weird. His arms work a little bit weird. Like, I don't know, the joint right here, it doesn't have like a ton of range to it. And then his jacket right here is sculpted like really out of his body right there. And it greatly hinders his arms. Like, you can't get his arms like resting at his side as much as you think you'd be able to. These are on, what kind of, I think it's on like a joint or something. I can't tell. They're very strange. Let me see here, like pull that back. That one was like stuck under there. There we go. So now they're like connected in the back there. So this one seems to be sitting a little bit more better than this one. That might just be your mileage may vary thing. At the moment, he definitely does not have that cool as fuck energy that Hawks always has when he is on screen. But hey, we're not gonna go too far into that right now, because so far I am pretty damn happy with him so far. Plastic quality is absolutely excellent. I'm actually gonna really quickly compare him to the brand new amazing Yamaguchi Mikey, which is one of the best feeling figures in my entire collection. Like, this guy's plastic quality is absolutely immaculate. So I want to see how he feels compared to him. Mikey is definitely heavier, but the joints feel pretty just as rock solid as on Mikey. I will quickly take off his jacket though, because that definitely adds some weight to him. So with this, without the jacket, he's pretty much the same weight as Mikey there. And there's a quick comparison right there. And already I can tell you that's way off. The height of this is way off. I'm pretty sure Hawks is an adult. I could be wrong. He might be a teenager, but I think he's an adult. He's a pro nonetheless, but I don't think he's supposed to be this height compared to him, and especially when we bring in the other characters. But plastic quality is excellent. Getting in here on the sculpt. Now, I heard a lot of people complain about his eyes. Now, I will say I don't fully think that they are in the wrong. I do think his eyes look a little strange, but his eyes do look a little strange in the show. What I'm saying is I think they're actually accurate. They do look strange, don't get me wrong, they do look strange, but this is pretty much how they look in the show, except they might look a little bit off because I believe this guy does have the interchangeable eyes feature. Yes, he does. He does have the interchangeable eyes feature that we saw on Deku and Bakugo. So, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about that. I don't really care for it on Deku and Bakugo, so we'll see. But those also might be affecting his eyes. They might be making his eyes look a little bit weird. I will say, though, he does look a little more, like, reddish than I think it should. Like, he almost looks like he's high or something. I have no idea, but I feel like this should have just been a much more brighter white. It might look fine on the camera. No, on the camera, you can definitely tell. What is that called? Not the pupil, but the white of his eyes. I think it should have been a brighter white, because as it is right now, he honestly looks kind of high. Like, yeah, man, saving the world, yeah, yeah, Mr. White, yeah, science. All right, enough. Let's move down to the torso here. Love all of the attention to detail on his jacket. That looks immaculate. This up here, this looks fantastic on the hood right there, going all around his jacket. Oh, yes, y'all. I'm already very, very, very impressed with this figure. Very nicely done. I think you guys have gone 4 for 4 here. This is absolutely spectacular right out of the box. Aside from a little bit of jankiness with the articulation, aside from that, honestly, we are on 2 thumbs up currently, man. The jacket looks awesome. All of the sculpting of the buttons right there. His shirt looks awesome right there. They did a great job with that. His weird little design on his shirt right there. And then his little belt right there. Not sure what the HIH stands for, but you do have that nonetheless right there. The nice wrinkles. I will say these knees are, they're a little loose going, like, they're a little bit loose, like, right here. Like, they're a little bit loose right here. But then they hit this point in the back right here, and then they're not loose anymore. They're nice and stiff when you get them to the back right there. So it's weird. So, like, from, like, right here, okay, so that's kind of strange. That's actually kind of strange. So you can see here, this is where they're supposed to stop right here. But they can go a little bit more forward right there, and it's super duper loose. But when you actually pull them back, it's perfectly tight. So the joint is tight, but he's able to move his legs forward a little bit, which is not right. So that's a little bit bad. That kind of gives me a bit of a cheap vibe. But that being said, far from a deal breaker. And then his big stompers right there also looking really, really, really nice. Taking a look at the articulation real quick, his head does have a pretty good amount of movement right here. It is hindered by his hood back here, but still pretty darn good nonetheless. The arms are weird. I'm not gonna lie. His arms are kind of weird. They don't really get a ton of movement up because of this piece right here. I can't really get this to move up. Like, that's as much as I can get it, unless, does this, that's so strange. Yep, as is, my God, I can't speak. Yes, unless I'm doing something wrong. There we go. Unless I'm doing something wrong here, this is as far as the arm goes up right here. That's it. Now, we'll see if that's a problem when we actually start messing around with the accessories and seeing if we really require more movement in the arm right there. But that's as much as you get. You can, like, bring it up and around right there, but even then, it's a little bit janky. Yeah, his arms are just a little bit janky overall. His arms are just a little bit janky. But the elbow, we have, not even, like, not too great of an elbow joint right there. A little over 90, but not too great. Although pretty much the same amount as Mikey, so I guess I can't be too mad. But yeah, I definitely don't understand what the hell is going on with these amazing Yamaguchi figures lately. It seems like the whole point of this line originally, from what I could tell, before even the My Hero Academia figures were even a thing in this line, was that this line was fully dedicated to articulation. But a lot of my amazing Yamaguchi figures, my Hero Academia ones, a lot of them, this is the only amount of movement they have in their arms right here. Todoroki's is quite a bit better, as you can see right there. This articulation I'm fine with. I think that's like all the articulation you could even need. I think that could even go a little bit further. So yeah, it is definitely not the best arm articulation. But again, not a deal breaker. I would really like to be able to get him in poses where he has his swords over his shoulders, like he's like resting him on his shoulders, like this. So I'm not sure he's going to be able to pull off those kind of poses. But anyway, we got two ball joints right here. Let's see if he gets anywhere near as good. Oh yeah, just like Endeavor, some pretty great torso articulation right there. That's beautiful. Very, very, very nicely done right there. I think that's a little bit tight. That bottom joint's a little bit tight. There we go, it's fine. And then his jacket right here, these are joints as well. They're a little bit weird though. You're gonna have to fiddle around with those, but they're kind of weird. But I do think they're on joints. I do think they can move a little bit, but yeah, they're weird. You have these little pieces right here that move out of the way so his legs can go up. So that's really, really good leg movement right there. Of course, like I said, he's got basically double jointed knees, pretty much all you could possibly need right there. I think this is on like a joint or something. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But his foot is on a little ball joint right here. So there's some nice tilt right there. And then there's some up and down and then a toe joint right there. Alrighty, so far so great. Let's do some comparisons. First up, I'm sure the one most people want to see here, he is with the Endeavor. So we have the number 1 and the number 2 hero. I talked about it in my most wanted Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia figures video, but they should do Best Genus so we can have all 3 of the top heroes. That would be absolutely awesome. And I've also been hearing a lot of people asking for Mount Lady recently, and yeah, I can't believe I totally forgot Mount Lady existed, because oh my god, she easily would have made my list as well, because I love Mount Lady. How am I not gonna love Mount Lady, man? It's Jamie Markey. So yeah, that would be awesome as well, but those two look fucking amazing together. These two right here, oh man, this line is the shit! So the height looked fine with Endeavor. I think that looked fine. Maybe a little bit short, but when we bring in Deku right here, this is where I think they kind of flubbed on the height, actually. Like, this doesn't look right to me. I'm sorry, I don't know how old Hawks is. I think he's an adult. But I'm honestly not 100% sure. We just recently got his backstory in Season 6, Part 2, where we learned what happened to him as a kid, but I don't really know what his age is. I don't know if he's a teenager who was just born into being a pro because he was so effing good and showed so much promise, or if he's an adult and, you know, worked his way to the top like all of the, Deku and all the others. But I don't know. This doesn't look right to me. You guys let me know in the comments if it is right. If it is right, then this entire complaint, then all of this, throw it out the window. It doesn't exist. Pretend like I never even said it. So, but if it's not, I think this is pretty bad, man. Like, this is I really feel like this is wrong. I feel like he should be at least here. I feel like he should be at least here or whatever. This just seems too short for me, in my opinion. But again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I looked up pictures. I looked up some pictures online. I could not find anything that proved this right or wrong. So I know I already showed him, but here he is with the amazing Yamaguchi Majiro Sano, just because it's a fucking awesome figure. And then for some Figma comparisons, here it is, Rinchad and the Figma White Blood Cell. And look, guys, I got his regular arm back on. If you watched my video where I repaired him, I couldn't get his original left arm back on because the peg was stuck in there. But I got it out. I got the peg out, and he now has his proper left arm. So yes, awesome. This figure so much. This figure is actually so cool, man. Now that I have it to play with it again, it's such a cool figure. And here he is with Lord Rimuru and Kaiji-kun. So you can see how he scales with some other Figmas. This also definitely does not seem right to me. Obviously, these lines aren't trying to scale with each other, but I'm just saying that does not look right to me. And here he is with Galvatron and Jason. Alrighty, accessory time. So far, the figure is awesome. Let's see if it gets even better. Let's start off with our alternate faces. So the default face is just a standard default Hawk's face. He's got a little smile there. Very, very cool. You get a serious Hawk's face right there, which is also very, very nicely done, though, but still with those high eyes. I don't know, man. Those are weird. And then you also have a very, very jovial Hawks right there. I'm probably going to display mine with this one. This one is just, that's the most Hawks to me. Obviously, this one is very Hawks as well, but this one is the most Hawks to me. And then the fringe just pops off right there. That's pretty awesome. And pop off his face. Give me your face. I want to take his face off. Anyway, and we'll pop on this one right here with that big happy smile. It's a little tight, very tight, and just like the others, his hair is very spiky, so it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to change. But once you do it, it looks pretty darn good. I think it might look a little bit better with the other fringe, but you know what? We'll talk about that in just a second here. But I'm gonna leave that one on him for now anyway. But that one looks pretty cool. Although I do think I do like that default one a little bit more. I don't know. The smile is actually a little bit weird. It's honestly, it's kind of unsettling in a way. I'm not sure. Like, he's looking into your soul. The focus is terrible. And then, holy fuck, the hands. Holy shit, look at all these freaking hands. Look at all the freaking hands you get. This is some, woo, man, Figma could learn from this right here, baby. Like, I love Figma, but, oh, man, you cannot argue, man. Look at all these freaking hands. We got some thumbs-up hands right here. We got some finger gun hands right there. See that, Figma? See that? It's a finger gun hand. It's a finger gun hand on a character that uses finger guns. Actually, I'm pretty sure Chica, because I'm obviously throwing jabs at the Figma Chica right now, but I don't even think Hawks uses finger guns anywhere near the same level as Chica Fujiwara. But regardless, all these hands are great. So we have finger guns right here. We have some karate chop hands right here. We have a hand in a pocket right there. Do we have two? We have two right there. Why couldn't we get two of these for Mikey? Just saying. Why couldn't, you know, you did it for Hawks right here. Why couldn't you give for Mikey? I don't understand. Anyway, we also have some grabby hands right there. Very, very cool if you want to get a nice break in your knuckle pose right there. And then we got a trigger finger hand right there for probably the swords. Another grip right there, also probably for the swords. Another one. Tons of fucking hands. Just hands everywhere. And now let's see how easy his hands are to change. So first off, let me just pop that off. So that one was, no, that wasn't the one that was just in the package. So that came off really, really easily. Let's see if one goes on really, really easily. Okay, that was a lot better. That was way, way better. Look how expressive that is, man. This is one of the best hand gestures that they can give a figure, and they just completely left this off of the Figma Chica. I honestly think that that Figma Chica, not including the finger guns, is maybe the most, like, awful, horrible sin I've ever seen a fucking anime action figure company commit. Look at this. Look how expressive you can do with this. You can do so much with this. I mean, this is such an amazing fucking accessory. Like, look how freaking expressive you can be, man. It's such a wonderful hand position. Every single figure should include finger gun hands. I'm just gonna say it. Every single figure, whether the character does or not, every single figure should include them. So that's awesome. Let's see how the pocket hands work. Okay, so that one came off with the joint right there. So let's see here. That wasn't really hard to pull out, though. I think this guy is by far the easiest hands to switch besides... Oh, well, actually, we need the whole thing anyway. This guy's hands are easily the best to switch besides Endeavor. Although, I'm not sure how you're supposed to get... How are you supposed to... The jacket's in the way. Okay, you gotta like move the jacket out of the way. Okay, that's a little bit weird. You're definitely not gonna be able to use both of them at the same time then. Oh, that's a little bit weird. You're gonna have to futz with that. Although, I mean, that does look great. Like, you like, that looks freaking fantastic right there. Just that. Very nice, Rebel Tech. Very nice. Although, definitely wish that this was easier to use, because, like, once again, there's definitely no way you're gonna be able to get the other hand into that one to have, like, unless you, like, bring this down. Hang on. Let me pop that off. This is gonna be a long review, y'all. Hope you are strapped in and you got yourself a nice drink. And where the fuck is the other one? There we go. And pop that on. And can I get that into that pocket? I can, but it's certainly not easy. And obviously he looks kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. But hey, you can get one in there. And at least his arms don't frickin' break off when you get to use them right there, so you can actually, you know, make use of the accessory. Just saying. Still an awesome figure though. Okay, so hands and faces, 10 out of 10. Maybe take off 1 point for the way that these hands are designed, because it's a little bit janky, but overall, 10 out of 10. The thumbs up hands, amazing. The finger gun hands, god tier. The pocket hands, awesome. All of the other hands, amazing. Possibly the best hands to ever come with an action figure in my entire collection. Although, no relaxed hands. Okay, 8 out of 10. Alright, I'm gonna get these out of the way really quick. The alternate eyes right here. I'm not a fan of this gimmick at all. I'll never use this ever. I will quickly show how it works just for the sake of the review, but I will never use this gimmick. I have tried so many times to make use of these alternate eyes that are like looking in different directions, trying to make like cool photos out of them. I can never make it look right. It always looks so damn weird in my opinion, so I'm never gonna use these. But anyway, all you gotta do is just to take the face you want and just get some way to just pop out the eyes right there. I don't want to be too rough on it though. There we go. Okay, and I'll just come in from the bottom here. I don't think they gave you a tool with this guy. There we go. But they just pop right out. And then you can use any of these other eyes right here. So you like, there's one like looking up to the fucking what's that? The right there. So you can put that in there. Yeah, you get it. It's a pretty self-explanatory thing. And I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of this gimmick. The only figure I've ever got that used this gimmick effectively and was actually fun to use was the Amazing Yamaguchi Endeavor. That's the only one I've ever gotten. Aside from that, I'm not a fan of the eye switching gimmick on action figures. Next up, we get an alternate fringe right here. So you can pop this one off right here and you get another one where he has his goggles on right there, although they don't work 100% well with this face unless I just have this face on incorrectly. Get that all the way on there. Okay, you know what? Let me just pop off this face and put on a different one and see if it looks better. Let's pop this one on, this more determined Hawk's face. Okay, this ain't the best. It doesn't like line up to the face as perfectly as you'd expect it to. It doesn't look bad, and it does help cover up his high eyes, in my opinion. So I'll probably be displaying him with this almost all the time. Let me try the smiling face. Maybe that one looks better. I don't know. It's just that the goggles don't like line up with his eyes properly, in my opinion. Good God, that's... Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You can make use of it, and again, it does hide those high eyes, but... yeah, pretty cool in my opinion. But now, it's time for the main event. The one you've all been waiting for. By the way, I don't think I ever talked about it. He also comes with that beer right there. Probably goes in one of the alternate hands right there. You get it. It's pretty cool. But of course, this is Hawks. And what is Hawks without his wings right here? And I gotta say, these don't feel cheap to me. They are definitely... I can understand why someone would call them kind of cheap and light feeling, but... I gotta say, I'm pretty satisfied with these. These definitely feel pretty darn good. They come out like that, and then I think we just peg them into the back right here. We just gotta plug them in right there, just like on Endeavor's little fire pieces that go into his back right there. There you have one of his wings. Holy shit. Oh man, you guys may actually need the stand for this guy. All right, and we'll plug that second one in there, and they go right in. Pretty good. I think you get some extra joints just in case these ones break, but there you go. Holy shit. Oh my goodness gracious, that's crazy. And there he is. Holy shit. these things are awesome. My God, that is impressive as hell. Look at that, man. Now you know where the money's going on this guy. Holy shit, that's fucking great, dude. Let's get this stand out, because holy shit, he needs it. First time I've ever said that with an amazing Yamaguchi figure. My God, dude. All right, we'll plug that in right there. There we go. Just plug him in right there. There he is. There he is. Oh my God. Amazing Yamaguchi 4 in a row, dude. Holy shit, that's so fucking cool. Admittedly, though, there's not a ton of space back here for this thing, so it's a little bit difficult to get these things to look proper, although you can just kind of, I guess you could just bring these down and then bring the hinges on these guys down as well. There we go. 4 in a row. Holy shit. This company just came fucking swinging out of nowhere. Never saw this coming. But we're still not even done. Real quick, he also comes with a pair of goggles that you can actually put in his hand right there if you wanted to, so that's very cool. But of course, you get his feather swords, and these look dope as fuck. Let's see how good these do right here. We'll just put on this regular hand right here. So I think this hand with the trigger in it is probably so he can do like a pointing thing right there, so he can be like, you know, like, I'm gonna get you. There we go, got the gripping hand on him, and we just slip that in. Right there, there he is! Oh my God, 4 in a row! Oh my God! This thing is fucking awesome! Holy shit, that's so cool, man. That is so cool. However, if you're not, well, actually, first I'm gonna go over other thing real quick. So we also get some feather shot things right here, and these, I believe, can just plug into his thing right here. They have these little peg holes right there, and you just plug this in to right there, and then that gives it the feather shot look right there. There we go. Gives it the feather shot look right there. That is very, very cool. Definitely, if you're a skilled photographer, you're definitely going to be able to get some really sick looking poses with that effect. That's very, very, very cool. Okay, it doesn't, let me, oh, holy moly God. So just use this little middle part of the wing right there to support that piece right there so it doesn't fall. And then I just tightened up some screws for that stand right there. So yeah, that is fucking awesome. Obviously, if you're a little more skilled and you have a little bit more time on your hands, you can obviously make this look way cooler, but I mean, that looks fucking awesome. But if you're not a fan of the full-on wings, don't worry, Amazing Yamaguchi's got you covered. By the way, this is the best I can get the fucking, that one pose I was talking about, which is unfortunate. It would have looked so badass if I could have got that all the way down. What if I, like, I don't want to be too rough here. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way to get him to... that's unfortunate. But if you don't want the full-on wings, and honestly, I can understand that. They're huge. They're impressive, but they're huge, so they're going to really get in the way. So I don't even know if I'm going to use them. I'm going to try my best to make use of them in my display, but no promises. But if you don't want to use them, you also get some stubby wings right here, and you can just plug these onto the same pegs that the regular wings go on right there, so you can just have those sticking out if you want to right there. Now, I'm gonna say, I don't think it's very realistic to be able to get the wings in any kind of like relaxed wing pose, you know, like them like folded up behind his back. I don't think you're gonna be able to get that, unfortunately. So let me just get him in a... So I don't think there'd be any way to like, well, honestly, actually, you put those like that, bring that down, that would be, I think that's actually pretty acceptable, honestly. Like, I don't think we could be too mad at that. That actually looks pretty decent. So if you want to have him just like have his full-on wings but like relaxed, you can do that as well. But I do dig the inclusion of these little, of the little stub wings right here. And to go with these, you also get one other thing. You get these two big-ass plastic pieces right here with all of his feathers on it. And this is, first of all, you gotta take off the peelies, right? You gotta savor the peelies. Oh yes, savor the peelies. There we go. We're gonna savor these peelies as well. One sec. There we go. We gotta do it together. Ready? Oh yeah, very, very nice. And what you can do with these, well, I mean, if you wanted to, you could just sit them behind him right there, and that makes it look like his wings are going out to save people, just like in the show. But Freaking amazing Yamaguchi, so awesome. They even give you these little stands right here, so you can just stick these into these stands right here, and then skaboodle, they stand up on their own, although they are a little bit, unworthy, because they're just little, they're just little things. They're literally just pieces of, like, plastic, but you can use those little stands right there to, like, stand them up, although they don't do the best job, admittedly. That's, they don't really like to stand up. I'm not going to use these anyway, so it's no big deal to me, but if you were excited about that, that might be a bit of a disappointment right there. I'm sure you could make them work, though, if you gave them enough thing right there. What if you did the other side right here? What if you went this way? Okay, that's a little bit better. So yeah, there you go. And you can have him like that if you want to. And obviously you can have this in the air too, if you wanted to right there. And that does look pretty cool. Hey, they tried, okay? The little rescue, the rescue feathers were probably a difficult thing for them to replicate in figure form. So like with these and whatnot, they gave it their best shot with these, man. These are definitely a good attempt at it. But this is a nice little thing to also throw in there as well. And because Rebel Tech is so goddamn awesome, they also give you some extra little of the wing pieces right there in case those two break, and some extra wrist pegs right there in case those break as well. And, ooh, is this like a little... Ooh, actually, I think they thought about that. I think they thought about that problem that I had with the stand. Holy shit, I love this company. Okay, so we plug that in right there, and then this allows us to plug... Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I love this company. Holy shit, they even thought about that one tiny little issue. What does this figure have, like 2 issues? And one of the issues was literally just me not knowing that they totally thought about it and literally included something that completely fixes the issue. These are really tight in here, so you might want to consider just taking that extra pair and just using and just plugging them into... the other one. Okay, but that worked pretty well, me just taking it out with a pair of pliers right there. You may want to consider taking that extra pair that they include and just permanently putting it onto both of these wing pieces so you can just switch them out whenever you want to, because they are a little bit tight. And by the way, I think I might have forgot, but you get 2 feather swords. You get both of them, so that's really cool. Hey, that's 2 more than McFarlane included with their Hawks figure. Alrighty, final thoughts on the amazing Yamaguchi Hawks? 4 in a row. 4 in a row, amazing Yamaguchi. Once again, an absolutely stupendous fucking figure. Just absolutely immaculate. One of the best figures I've gotten all year. Currently, all 3 of my top figures of this year are amazing Yamaguchi figures. Holy shit, this company, I had, I got the Deku and the Bakugo. I thought they were cool. I liked them a lot, but I just kind of was like, these are cool. And then out of nowhere this year, this company just starts absolutely going wild and throwing out banger after banger after banger. I am in love with these fucking figures. They are amazing. They are crushing it so hard with these things, man. Yeah, he is 100% amazing. I will say he's not as good as Endeavor, but what is, dude? Yeah, this thing is absolutely immaculate. If you wanted it, if you want a Hawks figure, look no further than this. Don't even look at the fucking McFarlane figure. Don't even give that figure the time of day. Just save up the money and get this amazing Yamaguchi Hawks. This thing is absolutely stupendous. Everything about it is absolutely amazing. The plastic quality is amazing. The articulation, a little bit weird here and there. I will say this figure is not 100% perfect like the Endeavor. His articulation is admittedly a little bit limited. You don't have like all the movement you could possibly want in the arms right there. There was a lot of poses that I wanted to put him in that I was not able to. The way the jacket is right here is a little bit weird and also hinders the articulation further. This weird thing with the legs right here where it's loose up at this point right here. Not a fan of that. Wish they had not had that problem. But aside from that, I do think the faces are also just a little bit strange. The eyes especially. I think he looks high. Like, I don't know. I'm not